Hey players, it's time to grab your tea and have a seat. Let's discuss politics, crime, celebrity gossip, investigative reporting. Welcome to The Real Tea with Double D on GSMC Podcasting Network, where I am black and the news is always petty as hell, but it's accurate.
Hey players, welcome to a brand new episode of The Real Tea with Double D. Of course, I am Double D and we are on the GSMC Podcasting Network. So excited to be with you all tonight to record a brand new episode. Can you hear me is the first thing I'm going to say. Can you hear me? I know you are here because I see you. Let me know that you can hear me because I can't hear myself. Unfortunately, can you hear me? Father, can you hear me? Players, can you hear me? Good. Okay, good. Hey, Larry, how you doing? So excited to be with you all tonight to record this brand new episode. Players. I know y'all be talking crap about me. I know y'all be like, now look, now Double D, you tripping. You told us 10 o'clock. It's 10:11, and your ass ain't here yet. I'm going to start rolling over and going to sleep on your ass, especially the ones that's in Eastern Standard Time. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. But y'all know me. I'm always on BP time. Y'all know what BP time is? Instead of saying CP, I say BP. That's black people time. I declare, honey, it's a disgrace. So, players, I hope you guys are having a good week. We are at hump day and we got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. I can tell you that I've been taking some really good notes and really wanted to get down to the nitty gritty of a few things and talk to you guys about some things, but of course I'm going to say hello to everybody out there in YouTube and Facebook land, and also everybody out here on TikTok that is watching. And to all you TikTokers, you might want to come on over because I'm going to come on over to my Facebook and my YouTube because I'm going to be cutting you off in about 2.2 seconds. I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm live on my Facebook and YouTube. Y'all come and join us because I'm going to need my phone to read my notes. But anyways, hello to everybody out there, YouTube, Facebook, and podcasting land. Thank you guys for joining us. It has been a good day, but a busy day, and I'm so excited to get into the tea. But the first thing I will let you guys know that sponsorships are back. And of course, I am sponsoring myself for this episode. The BlackAccurateNews.com is sponsoring herself. And I would like to encourage you all to support the Black Accurate News by subscribing on Facebook, YouTube, and also you can actually subscribe to get exclusive content on Facebook. That way you can continue to help me continue to pump out this news. And also you may purchase merch, or you may donate to the Venmo or Cash App, or while you're in this live, you do have the ability to send me stars. And I just want to show you guys a little video about my merch. So let's check it out right here, right now, and then we're going to get right on down to the tea, honey. And I'm telling you, it's piping hot.
Hey players, you know what it is, man. It's your boy Boebert, me holding it down for the 99-2000s, man. I want to let y'all know, man, y'all need to go ahead and head over to Linktree/DoubleDMother and go ahead and get your merch. You already know I had to cop that water bottle. You see what it is, man. The Black Accurate News. Hey players, on the back, sit down and eat your food. You better go ahead and get it. It's already lunchtime, so I'm about to get it popping, man. You know what it is, man. Let's drink up.
All right, players, make sure you guys go and cop some of that merch, or considering giving some stars or supporting the Black Accurate News by subscribing here on Facebook, as well as following me on all my social media platforms. Please remember to do that, and also give this video a thumbs up if you're on YouTube, and love it if you are on Facebook. Thank you guys for joining. Now, y'all, I'm so excited, honey, because this first news story that I got for you guys is about to blow the top. Let's get to the tea. All right, players. So we saw this today, this really big drop that came from the January 6th Select Committee. Now, the reason why I want to do this one first is because it's very important that we talk about this while it's fresh on my mind, honey, because this is piping hot. So we saw the January 6th Select Committee that was supposed to have a hearing today, and then they ended up postponing it. But they gave us a little teaser, and I did a video on that. If you're on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, you may have saw it, where they actually dropped a video showing Representative Barry Loudermilk giving this tour on January 5th. I wouldn't call it a Capitol tour, anything to that effect, because of the fact that, that wasn't no damn regular tour. First of all, representatives don't even give tours. Their assistants usually do those. And why were you all in the tunnels and in the stairwells and things like that? I mean, it really did not resemble a tour for me. And then this guy standing over to the side, taking pictures of the stairwells, it just looks sus. And also, they were all wearing MAGA hats, honey. And Barry Loudermilk, if you saw in my video, he lied about this on several occasions, saying that he did not give any tours. At first, he said that in May and then of 2021. Then he came back and said, I gave some tours, but it was to like some children and families or something, some children. Then he came back and said, I gave it, and it was a few family members and some children. And then he came back again just yesterday and said, yes, I gave tours. He had no choice but to admit it, because he knew that the January 6th Select Committee had already accessed the surveillance footage, which why they didn't think that was going to happen, I don't know. Why he thought it was a good idea to lie about this and thought it was never going to come to pass, I don't know. But this is just the Republicans. This is just the GQP's mind. If I lie enough, then I'll be able to convince enough people. So during this, right before this, on June 13th, before this drop of this video, on June 13th, the Capitol Police actually issued a letter to, I guess you would say it was to the January 6th Select Committee. It was requested by the GQP Judiciary Committee, basically asking them to look into the allegations that Barry Loudermilk had given these Capitol tours. And this letter basically said that, in the beginning, they said, he did give some tours, but they were restricted to certain areas that never made it to the Capitol. We don't see anything suspicious about this behavior. We don't see anything wrong with it, basically. It is what it is. He did do the tours, but there was nothing wrong with them. And we, as Capitol police officers, are trained to see suspicious behavior. This is all. I'm just running back through this just in case you guys missed the video out in YouTube, Facebook, and podcasting world. So, I don't know if you all remember Chris Fayone. Chris Fayone, and I may be pronouncing his name wrong. He's a Capitol police officer who was injured and in the January 6th insurrection, and he has been the one that has been testifying. He has been at every January 6th Select Committee hearing to date. He's been at every one. He was the one that actually was pushing for, was trying to meet with Kevin McCarthy to push him to actually do the January 6th. It wasn't a committee. It was oh my God, I forgot what it was called, but it was supposed to be an investigation that was going to be bipartisan, and this was supposed to be passed with the Senate or in the House and all this stuff. It was really like a big deal. And oh my God, I cannot remember exactly what it was called. But he went to go meet with Kevin McCarthy. He was pushing him to actually do this, and they ended up not passing it. And that's when the House came up with the January 6th Select Committee, which the Republicans have been complaining about. However, when you guys had the opportunity to have a committee that was bipartisan, that was going to look into this, you guys voted against it. It didn't pass, so the House had to do their own thing. So Chris Fayone has actually spoken out today, and he is very upset, honey, about this letter that came from the Capitol, came from the Capitol Police. He said that the statement reeked of political pressure, and I'm going to say that I concur with Chris 100%. When I saw this letter, and then also looking at the footage, I saw the letter after I saw the footage, and I was like, how could you possibly possibly say that this wasn't suspect behavior. I mean, who takes pictures of stairwells? That will forever stick out to me. So it really was a very suspect letter. So so Chris Fayone is slamming them once again. He's no longer a Capitol Police officer. He's actually become a political commentator. And excuse me, his name is Michael Fayone. Oh my God, I keep calling him Chris. Sorry, his name is Michael Fayone. Michael Fayone, he went on to Anderson Cooper, and Anderson Cooper asked him about this letter that claims that the department did not find anything suspicious about the pre-January 6th tour of the Capitol complex by Representative Barry Loudermilk. So Anderson said, Fayone replies to him. He says, Anderson, I read the letter that was signed by Chief Manger, and I found it to be incredibly irresponsible. To me, the letter reeked of outside pressure. First of all, the U.S. Capitol Police is not the lead investigative agency with regards to the Capitol breach and the insurrection on January 6th. The lead investigative agency is the FBI and the Department of Justice. So at the very least, the expectation would have been that they would defer any questions to the FBI and the Department of Justice, but they didn't do that. They chose to answer. When I went through it line by line, it looked to me like Chief Manger was engaging in a game of semantics. I mean, that absolutely is suspicious activity. He said he would have arrested the individual in question if he were there, if he were still a Capitol Police beat cop. That's what he said. So this basically confirms what I was feeling when I read this letter. I feel like it was complete political pressure, and it makes absolutely perfect sense that he would say the lead investigative agency is the FBI and the Department of Justice. It makes absolutely 100% sense to me that he would say that, because for one, we all know that the FBI is going to investigate our federal crimes and federal matters. So why wouldn't this be a question that would be to them, except not the Capitol Police? I mean, it just didn't make any sense for that to happen. So somebody is doing a whole cover up in this entire situation. Barry Loudermilk conducting those tours and then lying about it. If it was completely innocent, then why? You tell me why you would lie about it. There would be no basis to lie if you were really giving these tours under the premises of it being innocent, and these people are actually tourists that want to see the Capitol. That's not what it was. You have been lying about this for over a year, saying you never gave these tours, and it actually happened. I declare, honey, it's a disgrace. So I'm going to have to concur with Michael. I absolutely 100% am on his side in this case, and I think that is absolutely true. And I think whatever is the reason why the Capitol Police decided to issue that statement, the January 6th Select Committee is going to find out about it. Because I'm going to tell you one thing for certain and two things for sure. Liz Cheney is a pit bull in a skirt when it comes down to this situation. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm a Liz Cheney fan, because I'm not. I'm not a Liz Cheney fan. But I'm going to say that she is so strong about this situation because she was there. It happened to her. You know what I'm saying? When something happens to you, it affects you more deeply more deeply because you're on the inside. You're not on the outside looking in. So she is definitely gung-ho, and she's gunning for Frumpy Dump Honey. And she wants to, I believe, and this is my last point on this, this particular part. I believe that this January 6th Select Committee hearings that are public, I believe that they chose to do this to put some pressure on the Justice Department. We all know that public pressure that can be placed on members of Congress as well as public figures and officials, we know that public pressure does work. And I'm going to go all the way back, and I'm going to go back to the story of the truck driver that was given 110 years in prison for the accident that occurred in Colorado. You remember how that story came out in the public, and then the public put so much pressure on the officials in that state that even the governor had to take a look at this and expedite this and actually get that man a fair sentence. This is what I believe the January part of what the January 6th Select Committee is doing. Now, I could be wrong, and I could be giving them a little bit too much credit where credit is due. It could be political theater to some of you, but this is what I believe. Because of the wording that they're using, I think that they're trying to put pressure on the Justice Department to press charges against any and all that were involved in this, including Frumpy to the motherfucking dump. So, players, that's what I think. Grab your teacups, get ready for the tea report. All right, players. So I'm going to skip around because I really didn't want to talk about that first. I had a whole section for the January 6th Select Committee. However, my train got derailed because I saw that right before I came on. That's exactly why I was late, because Michael Fayone actually he just made that statement. This literally just happened. So that's a little bit why I was late, because I was actually gathering that information. So I'm going to go by my notes now and go in the order I was supposed to go. So don't feel like I'm just jumping all over the place. There's a reason for that. I just had to do that first because it was right there in front of me. So now we're going to go back to where I really wanted to be, which is this guy. I don't know if you all were able to um, see this guy, because I didn't do a report on it, a follow-up report on it. So I'm going to show you him. This is the man that was arrested near Kavanaugh's house. His name is Nicholas John Rosk, and that's Roske. I could be pronouncing it wrong. You know, I be fucking up shit. So his name is Nicholas John Rosk. He is 26-year-old from Simi Valley, California. And he was found outside of Justice Kavanaugh's house a couple of weeks ago. And the federal grand jury came back today and returned an indictment against Nicholas John Rosk. And they are indicting him on attempted murder of the justice. Oh, yes, 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 honey. They have indicted him on attempted murder charges, basically attempt to assassinate Brett Kavanaugh. He was found with some weapons. So I guess that's the basis of the reason why they're doing that. So so let's go to the story. Montgomery County Police arrested Nicholas Rosk last week after he called the Montgomery County Emergency Community Center, Communications Center, saying that he was having suicidal thoughts. He had a firearm and came to Kavanaugh's residence to kill him. Officers found a range of weapons in Ross' backpack and suitcase, including a Glock 17 pistol with 2 magazines and ammunition, a hammer, a crowbar, and pepper spray. So due to this, Nicholas Ross is facing a sentence of up to life in prison if convicted of attempting to kill a justice of the United States. And this is according to a press release from the U.S. Attorney's Office in Maryland. The actual sentence for a federal crime is usually less than the maximum, the release notes. An arrest affidavit for Nicholas Ross states he told detectives that he was upset about the leak of the draft decision, revealing that the Supreme Court is poised to overturn Roe v. Wade, and he was also upset about the recent school shooting in Uvalde that stole 19 students and 2 teachers' lives. So yeah, that is happening. He also said that Kavanaugh is reportedly among the majority that supports the draft decision overturning Roe v. Wade, and Ross said he believed that the justice would rule in favor of the Second Amendment rights in cases on gun control. So this is the young man. This is him, and he is definitely going to do some time for this. Um, you know, it's called Slimmy Valley. Okay. So I really don't know what to say in regards to this. I mean, I don't know how close he was to Brett Kavanaugh's house. Either way, it's a scary situation, and people who are going through things like he explained that he was going through. Um, you shouldn't do things like this. This is horrible, and he definitely should be held accountable for what he has done. It just, I don't know if I'm being a little bit too lenient. I'm just like, life in prison. I guess, I mean, that's the letter of the law. So that's what we have to follow in this case. So that's what he's going to be facing. If he's convicted and found guilty, he could face up to life in prison. However, federal sentences do sometimes get lesser than what the statute is on that. So yeah, players, put them thoughts in the comments because I really want to know what y'all thinking on this. Am I wrong? I mean, I don't know. It's just a little bit. It just seems a little bit off to me. But anywho, that's the news on that. Let's get ready for the tea report, honey, because the next one up is piping hot. I lied. This ain't piping hot. This is just a fluff. Okay, so I did want to let you guys know, since I was talking about Justice Kavanaugh, that the House passed the expanded security for Supreme Court justices and families, but 27 Democrats voted no. Hunty, they got the GQP upset today about the fact that these 27 Democrats voted against this. Of course, AOC was one of them. And her and I believe it was Lauren Bobblehead kind of went back and forth today regarding her voted no. So the House passed the bill. It's called the Supreme Court Police Parity Act. I could be saying that wrong. I be fucking up shit. And this would provide security protections to family members of Supreme Court justices, and the measure will be sent to President Biden's desk for final approval. This cleared the House with a 396 to 27 vote, with only Democrats objecting to the measure. Passage in the lower chamber comes more than a month after the Senate approved the bill by unanimous consent, meaning all 100 lawmakers signed off on the measure, allowing it to clear without having to go through a formal vote. The bill offers around-the-clock security measures to family members of Supreme Court justices and any officer of the bench if the court martial deems it necessary. Protections similar to those of some of the executive and congressional officials. Supreme Court justices already have federal protection. Senate Republicans were very upset about this bill not being passed, but many Democrats said that they would not vote on it until we had some significant movement on gun reform. So when they got that agreement, that tentative agreement, but with the Republicans that was bipartisan for the gun reform package, then they decided to go ahead. Nancy Pelosi, the head lady in charge, decided to go ahead and bring it down to the floor for a vote. So the Republicans were upset about the 27 Democrats that voted against it, and then those Democrats were quick to remind them of the things that they voted against, which was to lower cost of insulin. 193 Republicans voted against that. Baby formula, 192 Republicans voted against that. Oil and gas price gouging, 203 Republicans voted against that. And then gun violence bill, 202 Republicans voted against that. So they were quick to remind them of the facts, and that is the facts that 27 Democrats voted against that, but you all voted against. These justices have some protections. The American people don't have protections, and you guys voted against things that will directly benefit the American people as a whole. And I'm gonna go ahead and say I concur with them, baby. Get ready for the tea report. Child, I declare, honey, it's a disgrace. So this is the section where I'm supposed to talk about the January 6th Select Committee hearings. I already gave y'all the rundown of what happened today, so I ain't even got to go through it. But I will tell you, and I want y'all to please get your tea because this shit is good because we got an actual court document that details frumpy dumb supporters' plans to occupy congressional buildings in the Supreme Court on January 6th. Let me get some tea. Baby, the Oath Keepers and the frumpy dump taint sniffers, honey, they had it all planned out. And this was a document that was filed in federal court today. And this document appears to lay out a plan in which the frumpy dump supporters on January 6, 2021 would have occupied congressional office buildings as well as the Supreme Court and demanded a new election in an effort to prevent President Biden from taking office. These people are fucking stupid to think that that shit would ever fucking work. Do you hear me? I declare it's a disgrace. So the document was titled 1776 Returns. And this document had previously been referenced by prosecutors who charged the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers with seditious conspiracy. However, we had never seen the document in detail. Uh so basically they're saying that the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers drew up this plan, and but the document does not list the Capitol building itself as one of the targets to occupy. The plan calls for groups to infiltrate and then occupy the Supreme Court and 6 buildings that house the offices for members of Congress. And this letter specifically states, we need as many people as possible inside these buildings. These are our buildings. They are just renting space. We must show our politicians we the people are in charge. I declare, honey, what a disgrace.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So while the plan did not call for storming the Capitol building on January 6th, prosecutors suggested earlier this month that Enrique Terrio of the Proud Boys was referencing the plan the day while communicating with the Proud Boys who were participating in the riot. He demanded an outline, the plan outlined for a new presidential election to be conducted with only in-person voting using paper ballots. Child, they wanted them to have a whole new election and in-person voting with only paper ballots and monitored by the National Guard. The document ends by calling out House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell and then Vice President Pence and the billionaire Microsoft founder Bill Gates. It says, we the people are watching you, the document warns the group. Child, these people, I can't take this shit anymore. Like, these people were serious, y'all. They were like, the January 6th was not an accident. This was not a group of people that came to the Capitol and said, oh, well, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna go to the Capitol, and things just kind of got out of hand. It's clear that there was a plan. They started outlining this. They wanted this to happen, and they thought that they was going to be able to see this shit through. This is a hot boo-boo shitty mess, but the plan obviously was horrible because they didn't make it to any of this shit. Child, I declare it is a disgrace. So, hunty, that is what's going on with that. That official document came out, and I couldn't wait to come over here, baby, and spill this tea. Ain't that a hot boo-boo shitty mess? Just a hot boo-boo shitty mess. Get your teacups. Get ready for the next tea report. So the seditious insurrectionist Steve Bannon had his funky ass in had his ass in court today. And the judge actually rejected his motion to throw out contempt of Congress charges. Judge Carl Nichols of the D.C. District Court rejected Steve Bannon's motion to dismiss the case against him, including his arguments that the House Select Committee subpoenas were illegal and that he was protected by the secrecy of the presidency because he had been in contact with Frumpy Dump at the end of his administration. The decision is likely to add, well, I don't need to say that part, but yeah, so they rejected his claim. This is definitely going to be a push for the January 6th Select Committee, because these people who are rejecting these claims and rejecting these subpoenas and getting charged with contempt, they got to understand that, you know, a lot of their arguments are not going to hold up. This is basically being demonstrated by Steve Bannon at this time. So he said that he's going to continue to fight this. However, the court said that the court cannot conclude as a matter of law that the committee improperly constituted, nor that Bannon is correct to argue that the subpoena was improperly cut and the indictment is invalid. So he pleaded not guilty, and now this is headed to trial on July 18th. So when Steve Bannon stepped outside, he had some things that he wanted to say. He's been talking all kind of, he's been talking cash money shit ever since yesterday when all that shit came out about the, yesterday when all that shit came out about from the January 6th Select Committee. He was sitting on this thing saying that they all the shit and they this and they that. MAGA is coming back and all that stuff. And he kind of reiterated that. But I want y'all to check out his special guest in the back. Podcasters, I'll tell you what happened when we return.
This committee canceling today. You know why? They can't. Their ratings stink, and they can't compete with the trial of Bannon. Okay, that's why they canceled. You know who says that? The people in the Rio Grande Valley, the Hispanic Americans who blew out the Democratic Party last night, as I've been saying, won a congressional seat last night. 84% Hispanic community, massive win. This seat has been a Democratic seat since Reconstruction, since the Civil War. Lost last night by the Democratic Party. Also, Jim Marchant in Nevada, the head of the coalition, he had a blowout win in the primary. MAGA is on the march. The J6 committee is totally irrelevant, okay? Completely irrelevant. Their ratings stink. They couldn't even compete with us today.
Y'all see that man in the back with that sign that say fail coup? I declare, honey, it's a disgrace. So who, you know what? I wanted to put this to bed because I'm pretty sure y'all seen this today about Mayra Flores, who won, who flipped, and y'all can't see my fingers, but I'm putting up the air quotes, who flipped this Democrat seat to a Republican. This was a special election. She's only going to be in the seat for until November, when she's going to have to be reelected again. Now let's look at the numbers. Okay, so this district has over 700,000 constituents in this district, okay? And if you look here, only, let's see, what we're going to say. I'm going to give it, 25,000, 20, 30, I'm over 30,000, 35,000 people actually voted, okay? She received 14,000 of the votes, the majority, and then the Dan Sanchez, who's a Democrat, fell a little short at 12,550 votes. You got 700,000 people in your district, and you could only get 30,000 people out to vote. Now, first of all, we all know that special elections do not garner a lot of support. Like, people usually don't vote in those. I don't know why that is, but people don't really take those seriously. They don't vote in those. So that is why that flipped. You know what I'm saying? That is why that happened. That is not a large margin. She won by a couple thousand votes in a special election where only 30,000 people voted. In November, they're going to have a higher turnout, which means it's going to be harder for her to actually retain that seat. You know, so I'm not worried about that. That was bullshit to me, conflama. I really don't listen to it, because at the end of the day, look at the margins. I'm going to put this up here again. Republicans, 14,780 votes, and Dan Sanchez got 12,560 votes. Okay, that's not a large margin. You know what I mean? That's not a large margin. In fact, if he wanted to, he could ask for a recount. That's how small the gap is between the two. So I'm gonna say that it's nothing to worry about. Let her go on for the least few months. Give the Democrats time to get some people registered and get more people out at the polls and support, and we'll see what happens. But I'm not putting a whole lot of stock in that. So Steve Bannon need to shut the fuck up. I declare, honey. It's a disgrace. So that's what they all been talking about today, talking about this. Oh, they flipped the seat. But what they don't want to talk about is the fact that a few people that Frumpy Dump was endorsing did not win. In fact, he endorsed, I think it was a girl named Katie in another state. I think it's South Carolina, and against Nancy Mace, and let me keep it a stack with you. I don't fuck with Nancy Mace. I don't like Nancy Mace because that bullshit that she pulled last year, and she think people that forgot when she sat up there and said that her house was attacked by Antifa. Yeah, that was Nancy Mace bitch ass. I ain't forgot about that shit. In fact, I need to tweet her again this week. What happened to that investigation? Because you had a ring alarm and ain't nothing ever come of that. But I digress. But Frumpy Dump actually endorsed her opponent, because he didn't like Nancy Mace because she was talking about his ass in that fucking insurrection shit. And he wasn't able to flip it. She actually retained her seat. She retained the Warner primary. So Frumpy Dump ain't got as much of a stronghold. Now I'm gonna keep it again. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. He still got a stronghold, but it ain't as strong as what people want to make it seem. All right, players. Y'all know what time it is. Get ready for the tea report. Oh, players. I declare, honey, it's a disgrace. So everybody knows that Lauren Bobblehead got the Musk Rakers pack, the same pack that actually exposed Madison Cawthorn. They exposed some information about what some alleged information about Lauren Bobblehead yesterday. They said that she was an escort in the past, an unlicensed paid escort, and they also said that she had a couple of abortions in the past. So and it was a lot of other information that was in there, but people have really been harping on the fact that she was supposedly allegedly an escort, and also had 2 abortions. Me personally, the escort thing, sex work is sex work. You got to do what you got to do. However, I'm going to say that it's very hypocritical of you to say that you're a part of the party of Christian values and you done had 2 abortions. The fact that you talk about this all the time, going to these churches, making all these stupid ass comments. Y'all, I don't know if y'all saw that last week when she made that comment about Jesus not having enough rifles, so they killed him. Maybe if Jesus had AR-15s, that they wouldn't have killed him. She made a comment like that in church. She is so damn stupid. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So, it's just highly hypocritical of her to be able to make that decision to have an abortion, if it is true, and then you take away that decision from other people and make it seem like they don't have the ability to make the decision. It's really disgusting, and this is really the hypocrisy of the Republicans, because you probably could go down the line of each one of them, and 1 out of every 3 of them may have possibly had an abortion, or someone in their family may have, or whatever. So you just never know. But so Bobblehead has not responded to any of this, and today she actually said that she plans to sue the muckrakers for this report. So I'm going to go back because I put up her tweet first, and that ain't what I wanted to do. I actually wanted to put up the Fire Boebert. That is the PAC that actually exposed this information. They posted that on their Twitter account earlier today. They said, "Hi all. So we did get a nasty letter from Bobblehead's attorney. We're not going to comment on it other than say that we received an email from Faux News asking for a comment on the lawyer's letter before we actually received the lawyer letter. Coincidence?" And then they showed evidence that they got this email or whatever, and they they posted, they said, let's add some perspective to Boebert's defense. 3:21 today, Fox News emails us about a comment on a letter from Boebert's attorney. And then 3:22, the lawyer's letter arrives via email. Coincidence or coordinated? I agree with them. I believe it was coordinated. So she responded. So Lauren Bobblehead's attorney actually responded to Fox News, and this is what Bobblehead posted. She said, I will not let these false smears from the left-wing political operatives go unanswered. The law on this type of defamation is clear, and this conduct will be subject to civil and criminal penalties. So that's what she told Faux News. She said that her attorney sent a letter to the American muckrakers regarding the claims, and said that she was an unlicensed escort who had two abortions, pledging to bring civil defamation lawsuit against the PAC. Child, Bobblehead said to Fox News that these allegations are blatantly false and disgusting. And she said, I'm not going to stand by and pretend that this is normal behavior. So she plans to go ahead and sue. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. If there's, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, those PACs, because I've worked for a couple of PACs, doing a little bit of advertising, I guess you would say, and they do some really extensive vetting. I highly doubt that they will put something out that was so incriminating. I wouldn't say it was incriminating, but so salacious. I'm going to use the term salacious. I highly doubt that they will put something out so salacious like that without having any evidence to this. I just don't think that they would do it. I mean, these kind of places, they really do a lot of vetting, and exhaustive investigations. I don't think that they would do that. You notice how she didn't question any of the other stuff in the report that these people made. She just questioned that part of it, but she didn't talk about her having that damn ATV accident. She didn't talk about her sister having to be life flighted and her child was in it, and she still haven't reported that shit to Utah. She didn't talk about any of the other allegations about the money that she used campaign funds to pay her damn tax liens, and that she got a big ass donation from Freddie Cruz, and it was outed. It was only outed because he had to report that shit on his FEC filings. You see, she ain't say nothing about suing for that. She only want to sue for the abortion and the sex work. I declare, honey, it's a disgrace. All right, players, we got a couple more team reports to go. Let's get into it. Now, Herschel Walker. Let's get into it, because I got a new picture for him. There we go. There you go. All right. There we go. Herschel can't get White Walker. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So Herschel can't get right. Walker has been running around here with all these shenanigans, trying to act like he is the perfect man and the perfect Christian, and he's the part of the party of Christian values, and he is this and that. He's the perfect father. He supports his kids, and this is what he had to say when he went on to Diamond and Silk, talking about him about black fathers abandoning their children, because he's been very critical of that, saying that the black fathers are responsible for the demise of the black community because there are no fathers in the home. And this is also something that he had to add to that when he was talking to Diamond and Silk punk ass.
Have a child with a woman. Even if you have to leave that woman, you don't leave the child.
Right.
You let that child know, you try to work it out. You're going to be respectful to her. If you're going to be respectful to other things, you show that to your child.
Oh, can't get right. Oh, well, a tangle where we weave. So it looks like Herschel Walker has had to admit today that he has a 10-year-old son who he has never mentioned publicly, and they appear to be estranged. I declare, honey, What a disgrace. Oh, yes, 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 honey. Walker's campaign confirmed the existence of the child after the Daily Beast reported late Tuesday that the boy's mother had taken the ex-NFL star to court in 2014 to get child support. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. And let's get to the deets. Let's get to the deets. So the Daily Beast reported, citing a person who was close to the family, said that Can't Get Right Walker has not played an active role in raising his second son, but does send him Christmas presents and birthday presents. However, he didn't start doing that until the daggone boy was 2 years old. Okay, so the child who reportedly has Can't Get Right's last name has never met or spoken to the to Can't Get Right or his other son, Christian Walker. The boy's mother had to take Can't Get Right to court a year after she gave birth to establish the paternity as well as secure support. By the time the court issued its final order in the case in August of 2014, Walker's son was already 2 years old. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. So the boy's mother had been in a 3-year relationship with Can't Get Right, which ended in September of 2011. After about 9 months before their son was born, it wasn't clear why the relationship ended. Walker was not, Can't Get Right was not married at the time that this information came out. However, he still got an illegitimate child that he's not taking care of. So he walked out on that child. He don't have nothing to do with that child. And you want to sit on his hypocritical ass pedestal and try to talk down on other people when he ain't even taking care of his own damn kids. That's the bullshit that I be talking about the GQP. That is the stuff that I be saying. How can you sit up here and talk down on the Black community as a whole and say that Black fathers are responsible for the demise of the Black community because they are absentee fathers, and your funky ass ain't even being an example of taking care of your responsibilities? And how the hell did you think that somebody was gonna find out about that? All right, the party of Christian values. Are y'all gonna sit up here and let this man lie to y'all like that? All he has done is lie. He lied about graduating from college. He lied about being a valedictorian. He lied about all kind of shit. And now we have this. You can barely understand what he's saying. And what's so fucking sad about it is that Herschel Walker actually outraises every member of Congress. Like, there are people giving him thousands and thousands of dollars that have faith that he's going to be the senator of Georgia. And this man can't even fucking read a damn sentence without stumbling. It is ridiculous and a disgrace. And he's not even taking care of his responsibilities as a man. He's not taking care of his responsibilities as an individual. He's lying. And he don't even fucking live in Georgia. He lives in Texas. This is a disgrace, honey. It is a hot boo-boo shitty mess. But hey, baby, that's the party of Christian values. That is the GQP. And I declare, honey, it is a hot boo-boo shitty mess, and it is a disgrace. All right, players. Let me calm myself down because I got a little bit too excited. I just got a little bit excited on that. Now, let's get to the last T, honey. And it's time for your favorite game. Players, it's time for another riveting episode of Play Stupid Games, Win Stupid Prizes. Oh, Mike Lindell, another L. I declare. Is y'all getting tired of the Play Stupid Games, Win Stupid Prizes always featuring Mike Lindell? I can't help it. He always doing stupid shit. So he's a frequent flyer of the Play Stupid Games, Win Stupid Prizes. He's a frequent recipient of the Play Stupid Games, Win Stupid Prizes award. So y'all know Mike Lindell been taking L's all over the damn place. I mean, he claims he wanted to talk to the January 6th Select Committee. They wouldn't let him in. He claims he wanted to talk to Bill Barr, but Bill Barr wouldn't talk to him so he could show that show Bill Barr all his evidence of actual voter fraud. I mean, this man just been traveling all over the country, grifting all over the place, selling them damn hard ass pillars, and really, I really don't know how he's selling them other than from like out the trunk of his damn car, because he ain't got nowhere to sell them at. Everybody done pulled them. He only had one last place where you can actually purchase a MyPillow, and that was Walmart. At least until Walmart cancels Mike Lindell's MyPillow products. So that means that Mike Lindell has absolutely nowhere that he can actually sell them damn hard ass pillows. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. I mean, it couldn't have happened to a more deserving person. Mike Lindell, another damn L. I declare, honey, what a fucking disgrace. Players. So that's your play stupid games, win stupid prizes. He always running around here doing dumb shit. And now he don't even have nowhere to sell his damn product. You know what he gonna do? Welcome to Grifters. Gone grift. He just gonna keep on grifting. That's all he gonna do is keep on grifting, honey. That's all he is gonna do is keep on grifting. And if they want to look, if the grifters want to pay him, I say let him have it. Anyway, players, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of The Real Tea with Double D, baby. It's been real fun. I had a lot of tea I wanted to spill. I actually filled up the time real good, honey. And I just want to tell y'all, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me every week, coming here, waiting on me, loving on me the way you do. I really appreciate that. Y'all are the freaking best. And I'm telling y'all, I'm really, you know what? I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Your girl really been thinking about leaving the ticketed talk and just coming over here and making my platform exclusively Facebook. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all really treat me good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all treat me real good over here on Facebook. I really appreciate y'all. And there was a time when I didn't think I was wasn't gonna like Facebook. I didn't think I would want to put any time into Facebook, but y'all don't give me a whole lot of grief. Y'all kind of let me record what I want to record, report what I want to report. Y'all don't be all down my back and all this kind of stuff. I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. And y'all support me. Y'all send in the stars. I hope y'all consider purchasing some merch or subscribing to the thing to support me even more. But I really do appreciate y'all. But I love TikTok. TikTok is my heart. But y'all done grew on me. I love y'all over here, and I really appreciate y'all and y'all out there podcasting world who come and listen to me every week. I love y'all so much. So, players, it's been a really good night. Thank y'all for supporting. Remember to subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. Also, remember to, if you would like to, go and get some merch. You can get that at blackandrednews.com. Just click on Petty Merch. You can also send stars here, as well as subscribe. Become a subscriber here for $4.99 a month. You can support Double D, help her continue to be able to record this news. I really would love to be able to sit my ass at home and do this all day, but I ain't got there yet. But I'm gonna get there. With y'all help, I'll get there. All right, players, and I'll be able to pump out more news. Just think about that. Like if you had me at your beck and call because I didn't have to go to work and shit. All right, players, now I'm done. All right, players, thank you out there podcasting world. I really appreciate y'all, and thank y'all for joining me live here on Facebook and YouTube. Remember to come back next week on Wednesday at 10 o'clock Central Time, and also follow me on all social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Make sure you follow me so you can keep up with the day-to-day spilling of the tea. I thank y'all for joining, and y'all have yourself a lovely night. Take care of yourselves and each other. Good night.
Thanks for listening to The Real Tea with Double D. Remember to support by following on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And subscribe to the website to keep the tea piping hot at